Good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. Hope your weekend was as good as mine. Now, I wanted to get into the SPY, okay? So we wake up, the market is gapping down. What does that tell us? And it's not just gapping down, it's like, here's a critical level, goodbye. Gapped right underneath the critical level. We're into the second one. But one thing we want to look at is the overall pattern and what it is currently doing. We have a push up, a move over, push over, and then we get this little consolidation, which we did talk about. Said that we would expect lower prices and this consolidation sideways, getting through these buyers. This is where people would like to buy the stock, and now we're gapping down. Now, this is the thing, is now this pattern, if you look at it, is 100% complete. Problem is we got a lot of momentum to the downside. We also we're cruising. Okay, a lot of the other stocks are cruising. Now we're gonna get in. We may get a nice reaction off this price point, but we could start to do our 50%. So what you're gonna do is find your pivot high from here, and you're gonna go okay from this price point down to the bottom of this pattern. You can find your 50% area, which is now this gap, and if we start to move up in the upward direction, you kind of have yourselves a little bit of where this stock may bounce to. If it decides to just keep coming down, which I have seen multiple times on the SPY when it does something like this, it could just continue to crash. Now, this is a gap fill right here, and so this would be an area that even today, this is going to slow it down, I would think. One thing to pay attention to is we are, and we covered this a little bit in one of our mentor classes. This thing comes down. Notice that we're into this second line down here. Okay, the second yellow line. We're getting close to this gap fill. Look at the trend. It's been bouncing on this blue EMA for quite some time. We are underneath it, and not just a little bit, but a lot of bit. Okay, so we want to see how it reacts to that. We talked about these pullbacks right here. They're all similar. They come down, they get bought right back up. They come down, they get bought right back up. They come down. This is a topping formation. This is hanging out to make a move lower. Okay, so the patterns in itself, the way it's coming down, is just different. Now, if you find the information useful, be sure to subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and share it with your friends. Now, the other thing is let me know if there's something that you would like me to specifically go over, and we'll check that out. Okay, so let's wait till this blue area here. Not necessarily wait, but this is the deal. When the market's coming down like it is, we did miss the move. We should have had our puts already to rock and roll. We didn't get our puts on Disney, and this is a very good indication that all the other stocks in this watch list are going to be most likely coming down. And so we'll just go through that and check it out. What I'm wanting to see is I'm going to wait at probably the first hour of today, not even the first half hour, not the first 20 minutes. I want to see what this thing's going to do. I want to see if we get a nice whip to the upside. The reason why I'm thinking, let's see if we get a whip to the upside is because our fear index. So you have the VIX. We want to pay attention to some of these. The VIX, what this is going to show us, if we look at the daily, here's the pandemic. That's the old Rona crash, okay? This big spike up, bang. Now, notice every single time we get one of these pullbacks, we get some increased fear. We'll see what today brings, but this would be, and not that you can base patterns necessarily off the VIX. You can say, hey, I'm a collector down here at $17, and each time it spikes up, you can go ahead and take it off. But this is the deal. This thing we might see some nice little whipsaw action. And because the fear index is going up, I'm now looking at some very high volatility moves in both directions. Both swings, right? Down to the downside and swing back in the opposite way to the upside, because people are going to be covering their positions, short sellers covering, causing buying pressure, etc., etc. So that's something I want to be aware of. The other thing is adjusting your share size appropriately. Okay, so just understand that if we have high volatility, if volatility is coming up in the market, fear is coming up in the market, the stocks can really move. So you don't want to wreck your account in one trade because you're used to trading with a certain share size on a specific stock. So that's something to look into. The other one is the IWM. This is the leading indicator in many cases. We've been going back and forth. Now notice SPY is continually going up, but a lot of stocks are selling off. So this is probably a little bit more of an accurate indication of stocks are selling off, some stocks are going up. Well, that makes sense that it's going sideways instead of just running to the moon. So something to pay attention to. Now, this index is also gapping down beneath some critical levels. This is the area down here that it seems to be a buy, right? Down at the bottom. But this is, remember, we don't want to overlook important levels. So the reason why I'm talking about this is because, look, here's a gap window. And we're getting close to it, which means we may get a bounce on most of the stocks by just looking at where this gap's at. So we can watch around this area here because it's a gap window. And then when it fills the gap, certainly we'll most likely, right? The common, how a stock would commonly act would that it would bounce there. So I would be looking at possibly going long on other stocks that are inside the IWM, or when we hit the gap level on the SPY, I am now looking at those stocks maybe that are stronger in the sectors, your Amazon, Teslas, Facebook, Apple, good stocks. And you can do your own research and figure out what stocks you're into. But that's what I'd be looking for. Let the indices bottom out, then start taking your position. So I'm going to go ahead and just let things shake out for the day. A lot of stocks are gapping down. We do have this gap fill down here. That was on IRNT. We're gapping underneath critical level on RKLB, which we went over. And I'm just going to go through a couple. This was Disney. We liked the short. We said underneath this level was going to see some lower prices. We tried to take it short this day on this big wick, but never got an entry. What a bummer. But that's all right. Down here is a gap fill. We'll see what happens around that price target on Disney. I'm just going to quickly go through some of these. We don't have much of a gap down on ATER, so that'd be cool to see how we get a price reaction off those. And that is, we have our lines marked in. So this would be the blue box. Underneath that's going to be bearish. Over the tops of the highs of 1173 should be bullish, but we'd like to see a pattern being built between that 12 bucks area, and so forth and so on. So you got DKNG gapping down this morning. You got Riot gapping down this morning. PFE's gapping right into a gap fill. Blue box. It's getting bought back up. What a surprise. Roku gapping down. It could possibly get underneath these critical levels. I'd like to see it bounce, but we do like Roku down here. SQ, we're gapping into some critical levels as well. So you might see a bounce on Roku. I mean SQ. SQ might be something I'd be watching. Just understand that we have a lot of stocks on a downtrend. We were long bias on Zoom, and honestly, I thought it was going to go much further than it did. We're gapping down, and if we look at a smaller time frame, we ended up taking off our position right around this price as it started kind of nosing over on the smaller time frame. And it did kind of grind higher for the rest of the day, but realistically, we should have seen Zoom up and around the 289 level, and it just didn't make it. Now we're gapping down. It's going to be hard to fight through. I'd love to see a pattern, guys. We can just wait. The hardest thing in the market is being patient. We want to make money. Now, if you're scalping, that's one thing. AMC, it's coming down, but we like it at cheaper prices, right? So remember, when we're on the downside of the EMA, you're looking at, especially for new traders, when we're underneath the EMAs, we are bearish. That means you really shouldn't be taking long positions, okay? When you get into critical areas, you could be looking for patterns to the upside, but it still has to fight past and get over the EMAs before it can start trending up. So just something to keep an eye on. My plan this morning is just to watch the overall market, figure out what's going on. I don't really have big plans on trading today. Let's see how it shakes out. Let's see if it builds more bearish patterns. Let's see if it holds. Let's see if it gives us a nice whip to the upside. That's going to give us a better indication of what's going to happen for the rest of the week. Of course, paying attention to Wednesday. We have some announcements with the Fed, and that's what I would. I'm not waiting for that, but I'd like to see what today does. Let's see today shake out. All my stocks on the watch list, I'm waking up and they're all down. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you tomorrow. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment box below. Other than that, I'll catch you later.